Well, they had 2 weeks to get it written. The song is Real Kaiso. The idea was David Weatherhead's idea, actually, because I had another song I was thinking about singing, which I would probably do if I sing next year. So that roughly I would say it took about the 2 weeks that we had, or the time we had in between the semifinals. Yeah, the time we had in between the semifinals and finals, that's when the time it took. And the arrangement was done by Roger Giddens, and Roger's very quick. I had some ideas in mind and he followed that. So I think that went well, especially with the four-piece band in between. So that went well. So that idea was executed fairly well I would say. So I'm quite pleased with the production of that one.
Tell me about your second half and that, because I realized you had a visual presentation, but you didn't really have as much props as such, because it seemed to me you were trying to get a message across. It's just my assumption. Tell me.
Yeah, I long for the day when we can stop with the props or something, because some people, that's just my opinion, some people can't do without props. If your song is strong enough, your song should be able to, put over that message. And I think people depend a lot on the props to get the crowd going and that sort of thing, and more or less to psych up the judges. I don't know, something. Maybe I'm sending a message, but I just think, you know what, keep it simple, So that's the way I'm looking at it. And that's just me. I don't think you'll be seeing any elaborate presentations from me in any time too soon. I just think at times it can be a huge expense, which you're not in any way sure making back. People tend to charge you a little extra when they hear finals. We don't make no major money in the finals. You win, sorry, but you might gotta sell the car to make some money. But outside of that, you really don't make that much. So therefore, to go and take the little coin you can get and then put it in a big presentation, unless you're heavily sponsored. A lot of us are sponsored, but we're not as heavily sponsored as we would like. So at these times, you try to make the best of every little bit.
Fair enough. What would you have done between last Sunday and now in terms of keeping your voice in check? You were in three competitions.
I was in the Party Monarch. I was in Party Monarch competition. Nothing really, There's one season I can say I didn't out doing any parties. I didn't do any fetting. I just didn't feel to go to any fets. Outside of the competitions, the Sweet Soccer semis and Party Monarch semis and then Party Monarch finals, I really didn't go anywhere. Everybody catching the cold and the flus, I stay away from them. I actually just incubate myself away from people this toss. I am not very prone to getting sick. My immune system seems to be kicking one way or the other, so I don't have any problems with getting hoarse. My only concern was, since the procedure I went through, that was my only concern, because I still got a little numbness in my throat, even though the operation was not for my throat, it was for my neck, to remove a disc. But I still have a little numbness, just a slight numbness in my throat, and it tends to get a little tight. So that's when I'm singing. So it was still playing on my mind every once in a while in both songs, especially in the second one, because I want to go for notes and then don't go for it, because then in between you find my throat get a little dry. So it was like, oh boy, not now, because then when that happens, I get this feeling that I want to throw up. So I got through that and it was like, thank you, Lord. So I really didn't have any issues per se this season. I really didn't feel in the season. That's one I can say I really didn't. But the music was great. I must say the music was great. Party music that is. So outside of that, hey, the crop over.
Tell me, were you listening to the others? Did you hear anyone of the level of the competition here tonight? People are saying it's a keen contest.
I didn't listen to much. And as far as the season went, I didn't even listen to even who was in the tent. Ian Webster sang the same tent as I, and I really didn't listen to his song, What is Calypso? I really never listened to it. I could hear the melody because I could hear it from backstage, but I never really listened, never watched. Crystal, well, I know about Crystal's song because I actually helped with in the writing of one of Crystal's songs, Music to My Ears, which she just performed. So that one I'll be familiar with to a certain extent, but I still separated myself from it all. I don't know if it was the best thing to do. I've done it before, but I don't know if it was the best thing to do this year. But Donella was good. I can tell you for a fact, Donella was good. My cousin Jude, he was very energetic on stage. Who else? Ian Webster is Ian Webster, so you're not going to say much about Ian at all. Classic was very, very witty as usual. He has a way with double entendre. He has a great way. Love him. But I really can't tell what anybody else singing because I really didn't listen too much. I will hear the chorus. Adonijah left, right, can remember that. Singing the blues, he probably do that later. Colin Spencer's in my tent also. I can't too much of what anybody sing because I never really listen. I would hear a line here or there, but I never really get it. So I get to hear a lot of his songs now.